Hey folks, this is Kim from Daily Woodworking. Just giving you a little update on our maple operation, Sugarbush. We are in the process right now of starting, hopefully soon, the logging to open up the Sugarbush, the canopies. So we've got softwood that will be coming out. You can see behind me, this will end up being the landing, and all of these little pines over here will be gone, and then further on in this direction it'll actually be starting. Let's see, there we go. It'll actually be starting over on this side and working our way through to this side, taking out all the softwood, or most of the softwood. The trees that are blocking the canopy, like some of the larger oaks, things like that, will be coming out through so that we can get the maple to grow faster, open up more. And if you don't know, the canopy is what drives the sap. So the canopy of the tree needs to be, or the crown of the tree needs to be bigger in order to have more sap flow. Let's see. So like over here behind me, can't really see it all that well. There's a few maple that are there. They're on the small side. They're not tappable yet. Probably in maybe 10 years. But over here, you can see a little trailer there that they'll use to warm themselves. But there's a big maple tree right next to it. That one will probably have 2 to 3 taps on it, and the canopy is bigger, but the canopy has been damaged, so we're going to try to fix some of the canopy by cutting away the damaged part to save the tree. It may not be savable. Further down here, away from that trailer, there's another big maple. That one we've usually put 3 on, and that one is fine. But again, because it's out in the opening, the crown is larger than what would be allowed if there was an oak or a beech or a pine or something like that growing up next to it. So those are doing just fine, but some of them that are in the woods that are covered, like for instance these little pines behind us, there's a little bit of maple in there, but the maple is being overshadowed by the pine, or the softwood. I'm not sure if that's actually pine. Being overshadowed by the softwood, so therefore they're not growing, or they're not growing as fast as they could if the softwood wasn't there. So that's what we're opening up. This is going to be a large operation. It's going to take a couple years, a couple winters to do it. And the reason why it's taking a couple winters is we don't want to do any damage to the maple roots. So if we're in here and we're hauling out during the summertime, we can actually damage the roots of the maple tree, again affecting the sap flow and eventually the life of the maple tree. So you do it during the wintertime and the ground is frozen, and it helps protect the maple tree. So one of the ways that we're going to be able to save some of the trees is, instead of just coming in and using a skidder and somebody using a chainsaw and cutting it down, like I would cut it down with a chainsaw and I would haul it out with my tractor. But you don't have as much control over where the tree you're cutting down is going to land. You make your wedge at the bottom in the direction that you want it to go, but it may miss that mark. You might miss it by 5 feet, you might miss it by 1 foot, or you might miss it by 10. It really depends on a lot of variables that are in that tree that you're taking down. You miss it by 1 foot, you're probably fine. If you miss it by 10 feet, you're going to be hitting something you probably want to save. So we're going to use what they call a fellow buncher. And a fellow buncher is basically, if you can see my hand, it comes in, it grabs the tree, and then below that, the saw comes out and cuts the tree off. So now the tree that's still standing is being controlled by that fellow buncher and the operator of the fellow buncher. So the fellow buncher is going to move it over into a location where it will do the least amount of damage and lay the tree down. And then they can take the limbs and the tops and all of that off. So That's one of the reasons why we chose the people that we did. And hopefully, maybe later on during this operation, you'll get to meet the people doing this. But just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on. So the logging will be starting soon. Stay tuned. As always, if you like what we're doing, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe. That, again, helps the channel. And I hope to see you back here again in the future. We really do appreciate you watching. Thanks.